it is a joy to call upon the woman leader in Southern Orange County who has served in local government in the city of Laguna Niguel, who has served in Sacramento in the California legislature as our conservative voice, who has served with distinction, ability, talent, and integrity on the Board of Supervisors of the County of Orange as its chairman and as the 5th District representative, and who has been all this time a woman of grace who has kept in mind that she is one of the people like you and me, Pat Bates.
Thank you, Tom, and what an absolute privilege, honor, and joy to be here to introduce the Lady of the Hour. You have heard about her attributes, you've heard about her battles. I want to tell you a story, a story from a real person, my daughter, about Anna Bryson during the strike. It was very, very tumultuous time, a very tense time, and the parents of students in Capo, my daughter being one, were getting a whole line of misinformation. Trying to talk to my daughter about, that is one point of view, but our kids, they're not getting, class size reduction, they're not going to get their education. I said, have you talked to Anna? She's our friend, and Jamie knew, my daughter Jamie knew Anna, and she said, well, no, we can't talk to them, they never talk to us. And I said, well, I believe that Ellen and Anna are going to have a meeting. They're doing a meet and greet in a home in San Clemente. You need to go and ask those questions. She said, well, they're never honest. Politicians aren't honest. I said, who are you talking to? This is Mom you're talking to here. She said, well, you are, Mom. I said, Anna is. And I said, they are under a tremendous stress in a terrible battle. I'm not going to go into the union stuff with you, honey, but it is extremely, extremely difficult. Okay, I'll go. So she goes to the meeting, and she had a friend with her, and she, was there. Talked to her the next day, and I said, so what do you think? And she said, I was amazed. She said, Ellen and Anna stood up in front of a very angry crowd. It wasn't large, and she didn't give me the number. She said 25, 50 people there, but they took every question and they answered it honestly. And Anna, she said, she was amazing to make the budget question so simple. She said, I have to tell you, Mom, that everything you said about her is true. She's courageous to stand in front of a bunch of angry parents who are afraid their kids are being left out. She was inspirational, and I know, Mom, you've said that about Anna in terms of what she's done for the Republican Party and the Republican Women Federated, but she said most of all, Mom, she is honest. She was so honest with us, and that made all the difference. So you've heard that about her, courageous, inspirational, but as politicians, elected officials, we are going to win the day with honesty. That's what people want to hear. Bad news, but be honest about it, and then how we get our way back to a balanced budget, to having a great education. And Anna has done that. So without further ado, because you want to hear from the Lady of the Hour, but let me give you the courageous, the inspirational, and the honest Anna Bryson.
First of all, Pat Bates was the founding mayor of the city where I live, Laguna Niguel. She has set the standard for all of us, and when she made me Woman of the Year for the 73rd Assembly District, it was a great honor because the woman giving it to me has set the standard for so many women here. We look up to Pat, and we have tremendous respect. First of all, dear friends, each and every one of you, to the Honorable Tony Rackauckus, Pat Bates, I can't thank you enough. Your time is precious. You have all given millions of hours to the public with determination and your own integrity and devotion. And to take the time to be here for me is extremely meaningful and important. And I know when you hear their voices, you understand that that support not only means a great deal to me, but should mean a great deal to you, because they have seen the workings of government, the good, the bad, and the indifferent. And they are speaking to you from a profound knowledge. The past 4 years that I've shared with 52,000 children, 55 schools, and 4,200 and almost 4,300 employees, we're the biggest employer in South County, has been a journey that can never be charted anywhere but in the hearts of the children. Because why did I take that journey in the first place? When the Beals asked me, I had a granddaughter who went to a really terrible, falling apart, full of mold, portable. And I started asking questions. And another friend of mine had a daughter who was always upset at the high school locally because the facilities for young ladies weren't fit. And the more I asked questions, when the Beals came to me, the more I didn't like the answers. It was about the money. It was about the $56 million Taj Mahal. It was about the disappearance of too much money. It was about board members' nepotism, everyone employing their relatives. It was about a lot of things that the taxpayers should never, ever have had to tolerate. But above all that, it was about your children and our children. The children who will be the destiny of a great country, who live right here, who are going to make the discoveries for the autistic children, who are going to be the leaders in the county, who are going to be the great attorneys and the young leaders and the leaders at every level of society. They're going to come right here from our garden of wonderful children. And if we don't care about them now as a society, we're bereft, because they are what we have to offer the future. And that means everything. In the battle that we're in now, I've had my wonderful neighbor who's here, John Ulrich. He's had his beautiful wife, Andi, cursed out by marching union members. I've had my art on the front porch defaced with words that they then scribbled out. I've had wanted posters passed out all over South County saying, wanted, this person, with my numbers, my home. All of us, we've had our license tags photographed. These are the people that are with our children. And let's just hope they understand that we can disagree and we can discuss, but we should not, we should never invade the space of children with things that are absolutely unacceptable as a society. So speaking to you about your interests in the future here is speaking to all of us as a society. And I say to each and every one of you, fight for what you believe in, speak to what you believe in, but leave the little children out of it with dishonor, with theft of signs, with all these things that have no place in our society. They are not the standard that we were given by our founders here.